The rain poured heavily over Chicago as Monica Williams stood by the kitchen window, staring at the empty street below. At 45, she had spent more than half her life with the same man. 23 years of marriage, sacrifice, and loyalty, all of it seemed to be disappearing before her eyes. Behind her, Daniel Williams zipped up his expensive suitcase. "Are you really leaving?" Monica asked quietly, refusing to turn around. Daniel sighed impatiently. "We've already talked about this, Monica." "No, you've talked. I've only listened." Daniel looked at his watch. "Look, things change. People change. I can't keep pretending that we're the same people we were 20 years ago." Monica finally turned to face him. "Pretending? I worked double shifts so you could build your company. I sold my mother's jewelry to pay your debts. I stayed when everyone else gave up on you." Daniel avoided her eyes. "That was years ago," he replied. Monica felt tears filling her eyes. "So that's it? 23 years mean nothing?" Daniel hesitated for a moment before answering. "I met someone else." The words hit Monica like a knife. "Who is she?" "Her name is Vanessa. She's 28. She understands the future I want." Monica let out a bitter laugh. "The future you want? Or the money and parties you want?" Daniel grabbed his suitcase. "I'm sorry, Monica. But I'm leaving." Without another word, he walked out the front door. Monica collapsed into a chair and listened as his car disappeared into the night. For the first time in her life, she was completely alone. The next few weeks were a nightmare. Every photo felt like another betrayal. One afternoon, Monica found an envelope in her mailbox. It came from a law office in New York. At first, she almost threw it away, assuming it was another bill. But something made her open it. Inside was a letter. "Dear Ms. Monica Williams, we regret to inform you that your grandfather, Charles Henderson, has passed away. As his only surviving heir, you have been named the sole beneficiary of his estate." Monica frowned. Her grandfather? She had never met Charles Henderson. In fact, her mother had rarely spoken about him. Confused, Monica called the number listed in the letter. The next morning, she sat in a luxurious office across from attorney Robert Hayes. "There must be some mistake," Monica said nervously. Robert shook his head. "There's no mistake. Your grandfather built one of the largest technology companies in America. His estate is valued at approximately $3.3 billion. Monica nearly dropped the glass of water in her hand. $3.3 billion? Robert nodded. "For years, your grandfather searched for your mother, but he never found her. Before he died, investigators located you." Monica sat in stunned silence. It didn't feel real. She had spent years struggling to pay rent, and now someone was telling her that she was one of the richest women in the country. "Why me?" she whispered. "Because your family." For weeks, Monica barely slept. Reporters camped outside her apartment. Television stations wanted interviews. Financial advisors called non-stop. But Monica made a decision that surprised everyone. She wasn't interested in buying private jets or mansions. Instead, she established the Henderson Foundation. She built schools in poor neighborhoods. She funded scholarships for thousands of students. She opened hospitals and invested in small businesses owned by women and minorities. Within months, Monica became a national inspiration. Meanwhile, Daniel's life was falling apart. Vanessa loved his money, but she didn't love him. His company began losing contracts, and debt started piling up. One morning, Daniel sat in his office when his secretary placed a magazine on his desk. The cover showed Monica smiling confidently beneath the headline. Monica Williams, the billionaire changing America. Daniel froze. Billionaire? He quickly read the article. $3.3 billion. That evening, Daniel drove to Monica's new office building. Monica entered the conference room wearing a simple navy blue suit. Daniel stared at her. She looked stronger than ever. "Monica," he said softly. "Hello, Daniel." He took a deep breath. "I made the biggest mistake of my life. I was selfish. I forgot everything you did for me. I thought money and youth would make me happy." Monica folded her hands. "And did they?" Daniel looked down. "No." He swallowed hard. "I want another chance." For several seconds, Monica said nothing. Then she smiled sadly. "You know what's funny, Daniel?" "What?" "When you left me, I thought my life was over. I cried every night. I blamed myself for losing you." Daniel lowered his head. "But after you left, I discovered who I really am. I realized that my value was never tied to being someone's wife." She stood and walked toward the window overlooking the city. "You didn't leave because I wasn't enough. You left because you couldn't appreciate what you already had." Tears filled Daniel's eyes. "I'm sorry." Monica nodded. "I forgive you. But forgiveness doesn't mean going backward." Daniel knew what she meant. Their story was over. He stood slowly and walked toward the door. Before leaving, he turned around one last time. "Congratulations, Monica. You deserve every bit of happiness." Monica smiled. "Thank you." Daniel walked away, carrying a regret that money could never erase. Months later, Monica stood on the stage of a newly opened school funded by her foundation. Hundreds of children cheered as she cut the ribbon. A young girl approached her and asked, "How did you become successful?" Monica smiled warmly. "By never letting someone else's opinion decide my worth." The crowd applauded. As Monica looked at the smiling faces around her, she realized that true wealth wasn't measured in billions of dollars. It was measured in kindness, dignity, and the courage to keep moving forward when life breaks your heart. And for the first time in years, Monica felt truly rich.